Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. Don't you guys just love Dragon Ball Z? Well, considering we have loads of channels on YouTube, loads of fans, loads of content creators who are dedicated fans and creates videos dedicated to the series, to reviews, top 10s, explaining techniques, explaining plot holes, to fan art, to fan manga. There has been loads of content of Dragon Ball Z, and the love for this series is unbelievable. And even though I've been on YouTube for ages and I've seen power scalers, people explaining stuff in the series, etc, there's one thing that Dragon Ball Z content creators hasn't done, and that is analysing why the openings of Dragon Ball Z is awesome. And I'm not talking about Chala Head Chala or We Got Power. I mean, those are fantastic, but I'm talking about the English openings, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be analysing and telling you guys why I love the openings of the Dragon Ball franchise. And the first opening I'm going to be doing is the opening that every Dragon Ball Z fan knows in the West and most beloved is Rock the Dragon. Now there are different variations of this opening. Sometimes it would be the same music, but they would put different clips in for every season. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan and you've watched the Dragon Ball openings on YouTube, you'll know what I'm talking about. And before I do my analysis and as to why I love this opening, I do have a little bit of a confession to make. Even though I do love Rock the Dragon, I sort of have a guilty pleasure for Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, the Canadian opening. This is going to be extremely unpopular for me to say this, but I kind of like that one a little bit more than the Rock the Dragon. Now, that's just a personal preference. Don't get me wrong, I love Rock the Dragon. But something about the Dragon Ball Z just seems, I don't know, a little bit more powerful. I mean, Rock the Dragon is, phenomenal. I mean, it has that scream, and the guy singing, Dragon, Rock the Dragon. I mean, he's not singing it, he's shouting it, and this song is getting you ready for the hype. This song is getting your adrenaline rushing, and there's that quiet little voice going, Dragon Ball Z, Rock the Dragon. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I genuinely do love Rock the Dragon. It's a classic opening, but something about Dragon Ball Z just feels so good with the classic opening. Now, this is just a personal preference, but I do acknowledge that Rock the Dragon is phenomenal. In fact, if I was to make a top 10 list of my favourite Dragon Ball openings, Rock the Dragon would be at number 1. It's mostly the music when it comes to Dragon Ball, but Rock the Dragon is definitely the better opening. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way, because to those of you who know me, I like to be open and honest with my audience, and I do try not to hide anything. I'm straightforward and honest with my audience. Now, before I begin, I will be analysing the other openings to the Dragon Ball franchise, and that will include the English openings and the Japanese openings. So, you guys will have something to look forward to. But the first opening I'm going to do is Rock the Dragon. And without further ado, let's resume with the video. Talk about awesome beginning. That image of Shenron just gets me every single time. And I just love how the animals are just looking up at Shenron as the camera pans behind them. And that scream, ah! Okay, that was a terrible impersonation of that. But that sounded awesome. And when the camera is right in front of Shenron's eyes and he moves them slightly, it just sends chills down my spine. And I do believe that this scene is from Movie 3, The Tree of Might. Shenron looks absolutely fantastic in this. Every time when I watch Dragon Ball Z on Toonami and I saw this image of Shenron, it just got me hyped. And this is only 5 seconds into the opening. So yeah, let's continue. Dragon Ball Z. I just love the part where Shenron disappears in a blinding light, and then the song starts, Dragon Ball Z. It's almost like Shenron is granting us a wish, and he's offering us awesomeness. He disappears, and the song starts, Dragon Ball Z. And then after that, we get a close-up of Tien putting his hands in front of his face, and then there's a burning flash of light, and he's screaming. Now obviously this is the Solar Flare, or the Taioken, and then we cut to Goku, and he's surrounded by his energy field, and as the energy field fades, he starts running at the camera. And if you guys listen closer, you can hear a little voice. I think he's saying, the dragon. At the very least, I think that's what he's saying. Now, even though we know the main character is Goku, the very first character that we see, besides from Shenron, is Tien. But hey, he's a goddamn role model. And I just love how Goku is just running at the screen. So, yeah, carrying on. Dragon And there's Krillin throwing his Destructo Disc at the audience, and then we cut to Yamcha fighting one of Turles' men, and again, they are going into the screen. That's happened 3 times already. We've got Goku running at the screen, and then Krillin throwing his Destructo Disc at the screen, and Yamcha fighting somebody and coming at the screen. Seriously, why is that so freaking awesome? I mean, it's almost like the characters are trying to get into your face saying, this is awesome. I swear to you guys, if this was in 3D, it would look incredible. Actually, is that possible? Can we actually get this in 3D? If somebody out there can do that, please, please, please make it happen. So yeah, we've got 2 awesome scenes. Krillin using his Destructo Disc and throwing it at the screen, and Yamcha flying into the screen. Now, if you guys was to look at the bottom of the screen, you can see the wood, or part of the Tree of Might, moving alongside the fighters. Okay, the tree isn't exactly moving, but I just love how that's animated. The way Yamcha and the other fighter is fighting, and they're just moving across the Tree of Might. I mean, that looks so awesome. You do not see that in animation these days. So detailed and fast. That looks just so cool. Now, in the next clip is possibly my favourite part of the opening. Here it is. This has always been my favourite part of the opening of Rock the Dragon. This part of the opening made Goku look like a badass. All these bad guys are coming from different directions, and he's punching, ducking, blocking, evading. It's one guy versus roughly around 5 to 6 guys. One guy versus a group. I mean, come on, that's just remarkable. I think this is actually one of the parts that made me fall in love with Goku when I first saw him. That he's just taking on 6 guys, and he's just holding his own against them. It's almost like this opening is saying, look at Goku, he's such a badass, he can take on anybody. If I had to choose one part of this opening that I think is the best, it is definitely this part. And then the beginning where we see Shenron for the first time. I just love this part. And then we cut to the comic relief, which is Krillin from movie 2, where he's been fired at and he's just running away. And then we see Goku from the Tree of Might, and then we see Goku again from the World's Strongest, powering up his Kaioken. Now, back in the day, when I started watching Dragon Ball Z, and I saw Goku powering up in his Kaioken, well, at the time I didn't know it was his Kaioken. It almost looks like that Goku was in so much pain. And now when I look at it, I mean, Goku kinda is in pain, because the Kaioken put so much strain on Goku's body, but Goku is just taking it. He's saying, okay, I'm powering up, okay, let's go. So we've got badass Goku taking on a bunch of guys, comic relief Krillin running away from a machine gun, which I don't understand why, because Goku when he was a kid could ricochet bullets just by standing there. Hell, even Team 4 Star made a joke about this. And then we cut to Goku powering up and ready to fight. Fantastic scene. On to the next. This part always felt funny to me. Master Roshi, an old man, is kicking ass. I mean, realistically, how likely is it that an old man is using martial arts to fight against 2 guys? This part of the opening made Master Roshi look like a badass. Besides from Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball movies, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, besides from Dragon Ball Super, when was the last time that you guys ever saw Master Roshi look so badass when he was fighting? Besides from World's Strongest and Dragon Ball Super. I mean, come on, Master Roshi looks freaking cool in this scene. And that part where Goku is shouting and he blasts 2 guys, again from the Tree of Might. It's a freaking light show here. I also forgot to mention that Master Roshi tripped to one of the minions. I thought that was pretty funny. It's almost like Goku is saying, "Night, bitch." This part was cool. And so, let's move on. You've just gotta love the transformation here, where we see Gohan transform from his humanoid form to his Ozaru form. I just love the detail that goes into it. It's what you would expect when someone is transforming from a humanoid to, well, that. I mean, sometimes the camera will just pan away, and then a few seconds later, we pan back and see him transform. But in the close-up, you see the transformation in his face, and we see him in his entirety in his Ozaru form. It's sort of something that you would see when a person transforms into a werewolf or something. Except in this case, it's a giant gorilla. And you know what? That is so surreal. But I just can't help but think, oh crap. Great scene. On to the next one. Again from the World's Strongest, Goku doing somersaults, and he slips on the ice, heading towards the screen. Now, even though this is only part of the movie, there are indications that this show can also be funny as well, and not just serious all the time. In Dragon Ball Z, we had more serious than we had funny, but in Dragon Ball Super, we had more funny than serious. But for me, I prefer more serious than more funny. But I do prefer a little bit of funny. And this shot of Goku sliding on the ice shows that Goku can be funny. And then we cut to the scene where Goku is fighting 2 of the Spice Boys from the Dead Zone movie, which is the first movie. And if you look closely, you can see that they speeded up the animation. Look at that compared to the original. And I just love how they are fighting Goku with swords. That is badass. And my favourite part of this scene is when Nikki is is running on the building, swinging his sword, and the building is kind of moving along with him, if you know what I'm saying. This is exactly what happened with the Tree of Might in an earlier clip I showed you. The animation here is so damn good. I just love it. This was all hand drawn, by the way. No computers. It was just all hand drawn. And in this short 1 second clip, we see Piccolo on his guard, and I believe it's from World's Strongest, I think. I could be wrong, but yeah, carrying on. Yep, and then we have some good old-fashioned screaming. This scene is from Movie 2, World's Strongest, and Goku is breaking out of some ice by using the Kaioken. And then we see Gohan rolling in a ball in the sky, and then he uses a ki blast. And I think that part is from Tree of Might again. Both clips are great, but Goku's screaming while using his Kaioken, and he's powering up. I mean, good God, that is so freaking cool. And so, let's continue. Finally, a clip from the series. And it's Nappa facing off against Earth's military. And he's going through those planes like butter. And I just love how he's just flying through all those blasts like it's nothing. All those colours and blasts. I wish we had more scenes like that in Super. Like really, really good detailed ones. Great clip. Let's continue. Okay, as much as I love this clip, I'm going to have to give it some minor points, but let me get to the good parts first. I just love how Goku is just slipping away, and he stops himself from going any further, and he just runs back. It's almost like he's saying, oh no, I'm not done yet, and runs back in. I thought that was funny and cool. And then we cut to Krillin and Tien firing a blast. And if you guys was to look very, very closely, after Tien, you're probably guessing it's going to be Vegeta next. But no, look very, very closely. After Tien, it's actually Yamcha in a close-up. Seriously, after all these years, I genuinely thought that that was Vegeta. But when you stop and look and analyze it, it's Yamcha. And I'm going to assume that's his spirit ball he's going to be using. Oh well, at least Yamcha got a little bit of screen time, even though it's like half a second. Now, the scenes with Goku, Krillin, Tien, and half a second for Yamcha, poor guy, those are all good. Especially that half a second with that in-your-face Yamcha. That's cool. But, you know the part with Vegeta going Super Saiyan, and then we see future Trunks in his Super Saiyan form, ready to slash Frieza? In my opinion, in both this opening and in the Japanese opening, in the Android Saga, I think that this was giving too much away. Now listen, I just want you guys to hear me out. Now let's just say, for example, that you're new to Dragon Ball Z, and you started watching this opening, and you've watched episode 1 of Dragon Ball Z, all the way to the episode where Goku has become a Super Saiyan. And then once you get to the part where Goku becomes a Super Saiyan in the Frieza Saga, this makes you think, so wait, in the opening, Vegeta and this other guy, which is Trunks, are going to be the next Super Saiyans? If you ask me, I think Vegeta and Trunks being in their Super Saiyan form is giving away way too much. I've always liked the air of mystery when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. I mean, look at the first opening of Chala Head Chala in Dragon Ball Z. It barely gives you any indication of what's going to happen in the series. I mean, in that opening, all we see is Vegeta and Nappa behind a wall of fire. There's no indication of Frieza or the Ginyu Force or anything like that. They are showing this opening when Vegeta was the enemy, and then there was that shaky alliance on Namek, and Vegeta was looking for Goku after the Frieza saga, and then there was that training he was doing to fight against the androids. Again, this opening is giving away way too much. But in Chala Head Chala, you know that Vegeta and Nappa are the bad guys, and it gives you nothing else. There's no foreshadowing. Chala Head Chala gives it that mystery. You don't know what's going to happen. But in Rock the Dragon, these two clips with Vegeta and Trunks is giving way too much. So yeah, I just want to make that clear. For me, I think they should have kept the Super Saiyan form and Trunks under wraps. Now, even though Vegeta and Trunks is cool in this clip, I think this clip would have been better if the opening was remade and put in after they first met Android 17 and 18, not Android 20 or 19, because all the secrets that we know of Trunks is when he fought Frieza and met Goku, and seeing Vegeta go Super Saiyan 1 is when he was fighting Android 19. So meeting up with Android 17 and 18 would have been the perfect time to show this, not before. I don't mind them showing clips like with Nappa flying into some planes, because it's not giving away a lot, but the parts where Vegeta turns into a Super Saiyan and we see Trunks, of whom we don't know at the time, when we're watching Dragon Ball Z from episode 1 all the way to the episode when we first meet Trunks, when he was facing off against Frieza. But again, I do love this opening, I just think they were showing too much, that's all. So yeah, that's my negativity. Let's move on. Coolest fade out scene ever. Again, you guys know I love this opening, and I do love this part, but again, it does have its problems. Right, number one, again, Vegeta and Trunks is there. Now, if you guys was to watch episode 1 of Dragon Ball Z all the way to episode 119, you wouldn't know who this guy is. And I'm talking about Trunks. He's right behind Goku, and Vegeta's also there as well. And not only that, we see Goku go Super Saiyan. Again, we're giving way too much. However, I did take the liberty of doing a few editings, and for this season, for the Saiyan Saga, all the way to the Frieza Saga, I think the ending should have been something like this.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, run, dragon, come, get ready. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, run, dragon Ball Z. Dragon, run, dragon, come, get ready. Dragon, run, dragon Ball Z. Dragon, run, dragon, come, get ready.
You know, less is more. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people out there who's going to hate me because they have fond memories of Rock the Dragon and changing it is sacrilege. And you know what? I do agree with these people that it is sacrilege to change such an awesome opening. But like I said, the ending of the opening is giving away too much. But let's just say, for example, we did get to the Android 17 and 18 part of the saga. I think that would be a better time to introduce this opening ending. It's kind of like the Great Saiyaman Majin Buu Saga opening. We got power. It shows what is, but it doesn't give too much away. So you guys get, you know what I'm trying to say. But saying that, I love this opening, even with its flaws. This is one of the greatest Dragon Ball openings ever. And just to let you guys know, I might do the other openings of the Dragon Ball franchise, from the English to the Japanese. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. This video deserves a 9.5 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if they didn't give away too much. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. If you guys want to go and check out my other social medias, I'm on Gab, Discord, BitChute, Dailymotion, Reddit, Subscribestar, Minds, Instagram, Twitch, DeviantArt, Pinterest, Parler, my anime list, and Vidya. And don't forget to check out my Skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. And my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And if you guys want to support this channel, I'm on PayPal, Patreon, and GoFundMe. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss another video. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.